Hi, I'm Reb Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 44 years. Before I start, I'll mention my backdrop there. That's a painting my spirit painting done by my friend Nancy Moore. Okay, so we're looking at lesson 107. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. What a wonderfully soothing and encouraging lesson this is. I've spent 43 years, 44 years actually, reaching for this place of gentle surrender. It's taken this long because I kept trying to do it myself, in spite of the many times Jesus asked me not to. It felt like I was just doing my part, but it was me deciding what needed to change and then trying to figure out how to change it. All along, we're only asked to open our hearts to truth and let it do the rest. I'm excited to do this practice today and every day. Excited to sit still for a few minutes, asking truth to correct all errors in my mind. Excited to step out of the way so it can be done. There's such an effortless grace in this lesson. It invites us to stop trying to figure out which errors to correct or which feelings to work through. It just says, let truth in, and it will do the rest. This is not a process of improving the self, but of allowing what is already true to be recognized. It's kind of like sunlight pouring into a dark room. The darkness doesn't resist or argue, it vanishes. The light does all the work if we let it. Truth is God's creation, and to know it is to know the meaning of your true self. In this sentence, we're reminded of who we are. As we have noticed in past studies of A Course in Miracles, our problem is a confusion in identity. We think we are what we have made of ourselves, this personal, separate body with its endless needs, doubts, fears, pain, and suffering. All along, we have been as we were created, spirit, pure and perfect, beyond all form and all conflict. We are invited to imagine how it feels when the mind is free of illusions. I can imagine this because I've had that experience. There was no concern about what was happening, no confusion about what to do when plans changed. I was on my way to a workshop and my flight was diverted because of the weather. I don't know how many of us were on that plane, but it was a lot. And the airport we landed at was small. One bathroom, one vending machine, and a lot of distraught travelers. We all knew we would miss our connecting flights, and everyone, except me apparently, was upset. I had never had this kind of unbroken peace and happiness. Part of my mind was astonished, but mostly I was just happy. This state continued for several weeks, and I would say it was filled with miracles, though it felt more like one ongoing miracle. In truth, it was simply normal for the spirit that I am. Eventually, the ego pushed its way back into my awareness, and I began to work through the thoughts and beliefs that are normal for the split mind. But I will never forget what it felt like, and so this lesson makes perfect sense to me. What I love best about the lesson is its simplicity. It reminds me of my experience. I didn't have any desire to question or try to understand what was happening. I just went with it in joy. This is what I intend to do from now on. I'm not questioning Jesus about this. He says that being who I am is simple, and I believe him. I will begin each day trusting that truth will correct all errors in my mind. That shift in consciousness happened several years ago, but I had a simpler, more typical experience of it yesterday. I misspoke and was concerned that in doing so, I had caused distress for someone else. From there, I followed the ego into a brief hell. It has been some time since I got so down, and for a little while I suffered. But I saw that this was just the ego walking through a door I had opened, so I asked Jesus for help. I became willing to return to sanity. I was led to make amends and then to forgive myself. I was gently guided to what I needed to read to help me let go of the darkness. Then, as suddenly as it had come, the darkness was gone. Truth will correct all errors in your mind which tell you could be apart from him. You speak to him today and make your pledge to let his function be fulfilled through you. To share his function is to share his joy. His confidence is with you as you say, truth will correct all errors in my mind, and I will rest in him who is myself. Then let him guide you gently to the truth, which will envelop you and give you peace so deep and tranquil that you will return to the familiar world reluctantly. But I will return to the world so that I can share my peace and joy with it. Thank you, Father. My heart is filled with love and gratitude. And so today I will not try to correct myself. I will simply welcome truth and rest in the certainty that it knows the way. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, then please like it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I'll be back soon with another reading. See you then.